It's me again. Like I have the same shirt on you, all right? That's because it's the same day. All right. Hey, Jeff, right away. So this is the piggyback lecture where we're going to further review this concept of diabetes and then the health consequences of the diabetes, also called complications of being diabetic. Okay. And there's a really great video that I'll send you of this patient, John, that also suffers from diabetes, and I don't, but he's an example, and he gets into the diabetic complications like stroke, heart disease, diabetic retinopathy, and loss of sensation of pain and touch, and vascular problems all throughout the body. So, anyways, let's just march right forward and take a look at this stuff. Okay, and so we get into our weekly assignments. Okay, and we're going to scroll down to week 3, part 2, and again, vascular disease with these complications that I was talking about. All right, so let's just jump right in. Okay, okay. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview from this amazing website that the University of California in San Francisco offers up. So we're just going to go straight up into this, and it's a way to look at the hormonal regulation of our blood sugar, and that's what the diabetic complication is all about, where you become dysregulated in terms of regulating your blood sugar. And these are all there's a lot of new drugs out there that tap into this. So this review is going to look at these different drugs. We're going to talk about glucagon. Okay, so you release insulin. Insulin goes to your muscle and to your fat. It's like a key fitting into a lock, and then it inserts a channel that will act like a vacuum cleaner and suck the glucose up into the muscle, suck it up into the liver, and suck it up into the fat, and then store it for a time when you really need to use it. Okay, and uh, keeping the glucose levels low chronically in the blood, only elevating when you need it, because high glucose in the blood is inflammatory. It causes this candy coating of proteins that our body just says, "What is that?" It looks like a bacteria, and it attacks it, and you run into all these problems. Okay, all righty. So glucagon is released during periods when we don't have any food. So in between meals, we have these specialized cells, beta cells and alpha cells, and and so the alpha cells release glucagon, and then that runs to your liver and says, you know what, I'm feeling a little lightheaded. How about a little sugar? Okay, and so the glucagon again binds to the receptor, opens up the channel, and out comes the glucose, and it goes straight up to your brain. You feel good until you um, have a meal. In the meantime, you're depleting your stores of glucose, right? So this is like the pendulum swinging back and forth. Okay, I have a meal, I release insulin, I put it back away until I need it later. All right. Okay, and then we have these accessory hormones. Another one released by the um, pancreas. Okay, sorry. And it's just a way of saying to your brain, hey, you know what? The meal just came in, so slow your roll. Okay. And then it runs to the liver and says, we got all kinds of glucose. You can stop, don't respond to glucagon anymore. Let's just package everything away. We don't need to be making any more glucose. Okay. We have these two hormones. There's a lot of drugs that are out there that are part of the diabetic situation that get released by your intestines. And they get up there and they go up to the pancreas and say, "You not gonna believe this, man. We just had this unbelievable meal, and here comes all the glucose." Okay, and so that primes the pancreas to release insulin. So these hormones, there are synthetic ones that you can inject if you're a diabetic, and you get a much more robust insulin response, a much better packaging uh, of the glucose, putting it away. Okay, and these guys again are they cause insulin receptor insensitivity. So a chronic high calorie diet releases growth hormone, cortisol from stress, and epinephrine from stress. All right, so that's what this is all about. So they just kind of do a real nice overview. Okay, all right. With diabetes, as we see right here, glucagon levels are too high at meal times. Okay. Why is that happening? It's because you with diabetes you have insulin receptor insensitivity, so your brain is going, where's my sugar? Because the insulin's not working. So as a result, you just keep putting out more glucose, you know, but still the insulin's not working. So it doesn't, it's this death cycle, right? All right, so again, they're going to go through these different hormones. This is, I call it gulp, because that's what happens um, in your tummy, okay, in your intestines. So when you have a meal, it gets released, and this is a helper. Believe me, it just says, "Come on, pancreas, all right, release insulin." All right. Amylin is released by the pancreas, okay, during the fed state, okay. And we see that right here. Amylin is released along with insulin from your beta cells, right? So the alpha cells with the glucagon, the beta cells release this, okay. And it has kind of this similar effect that GLP-1 has, okay. It enhances insulin release, but also goes to the brain. So GLP-1 goes to the brain and says, slow your roll, stop eating, okay. You just had a meal, all right. And this is again this hormonal system that makes that work, right? It makes your brain feel that you have eaten a lot of food, that you're full, a satisfying meal. All right. All righty. So again, this kind of shows you what's going on right here. Okay. The beta cells, they release amylin, they go to your brain. Okay. So they slow your roll. Okay. Um, and then the insulin goes down to the liver and says, let's package these things away. All right. And then you're going to reduce the glucagon. All right, because the glucagon is putting a bunch of sugar out there, all right? So you're gonna, in the end, package the sugar and have less blood glucose, all right? That's how that works. All righty, cool. Here's my intestines, okay? Here comes the goodies into my intestines. It releases this GIP and GLP-1, all right? And these are both signals that go running up to my pancreas and say, dude, you're not gonna believe it. Here comes food, all right? So it dramatically increases insulin production, all right, and reduces glucagon because you don't need the liver to produce glucose, all right. So comes down here and you package it away, and this lowers your blood glucose, okay. Insulin says package, package, package. All righty. And then these are the bad guys in all this. So we can have too much glucagon, too much epinephrine, okay. What they do, all right, is they cause two different mechanisms. We have stored glucose, we'll break it up into glucose, and we also will convert these other compounds that exist in our liver into glucose, dramatically increasing glucose in the bloodstream, okay? Now, when I say these are the bad guys, we need this on a daily basis. We oscillate, okay? You just don't want to chronically be activating this, okay? And then here is our friend cortisol, okay, and growth hormone. So these two, this is with overnutrition, with growth hormone, and this is with overstress, okay. And they both get in here. When insulin comes in, it normally binds to the receptor and opens this channel, and in comes the glucose. All right, so that's what it does. It comes racing in, okay. However, when these hormones are both high, it keeps this from happening, and so it just stays high outside. All right. All right, so that is a really, really, really cool overview of what's going on, okay? So then we ask you to come down here, okay? And here is a review. You go to this website of the many chronic problems associated with diabetes, all right? So just show some curiosity and go in here. So we have heart disease and stroke, all right? We have diabetic neuropathy, okay? So this is where your nerves are damaged because of what the diabetic condition does to your vasculature. You also have foot problems, okay, because it's really far away, and so you have the coating of your vasculature with sugars and inflammation and vascular disease, diabetic retinopathy, eye disease, kidney disease, okay. All these things happen, okay. Um, so regulating your blood glucose can be really difficult, okay? And so this is where we go from hyper to hypoglycemia depending on the drugs that you're taking. That's why management is so important. So it's a really, really amazing website that the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Disease offers up, so you can really review through here and just become familiar, okay? That's what that's for. Awesome, 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 awesome. Now this piggybacks on, remember the last article we were looking at, um, aggression. So it's a real short review from the American Heart Association. How high stress, hostility, and depression increases the risk for strokes. They talk about, first of all, mini strokes, transient ischemic attacks, okay? And researchers looked at a number of psychological factors right here. This is their group, okay, the study, all right? So they kind of documented within these age groups, 6,700 adults, okay? 53% of women completed a questionnaire about chronic stress, okay? And this is the demographics that we see right here, all right? So you're just gonna go through that. And they compared people with low psychological stress with higher scores based on their surveys, and they were 86% more likely to have a stroke, all right? If they had depression. Here's 59% if they had chronic stress, okay? And they were more than twice as likely to have a stroke if they had a high hostility rating in response to this survey, okay? So yeah, it really kind of goes through the behavioral connection to the diseases that we've been talking about, okay? So it's again very short, to the point, explains what we're talking about. From there, okay, you come down here and you talk about these conditions, okay. That's it. So it's a pretty short lecture. The first one is long. The second one's not so bad. Okay. Peace, guys, and be safe. And please wear your mask. And let's get through this thing together. All right. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Let's see who's up. There's Julie with the boys. Okay.